Danny and input cruising through the airwaves. Transformers knowledge blast that never caves. Reviews so sharp they'll cut through steel. In the podcast world, they're the real deal. Jumping in the deep end, swimming with the best. Danny's got the info and she never needs to rest. Input's got the passion like a roaring jet. Together they make a mark you won't forget. Dynamic duo, never gonna quit. Taking over airwaves, super lit. Transformers podcast bringing the heat. Every single episode can't be beat.
It can't be beat. Welcome back to the state of the Transformers fandom. Today we're getting into third-party upgrade kits. Are you sacrilegious?
And as you can see, she tried to do a southern impression of me, but she can't quite get there because I'm the N-PUT, baby. And I'm mobbing once again with Danny Double D.
Sunburnt.
A sunburnt Double D.
Howdy.
Hope you guys have had a fantastic week out there in television and radio land. Yeah, we're going to be talking about upgrade kits and if you use them. Danny?
Yeah, no, I'm
not use upgrade kits?
No, I'm kind of against them. Like, I bought one for my C-Con, like my actual generation C-Con that cost a fortune to build. King Poseidon or whatever, the normal colored one, G1 color. And then the thing was, they wanted me to take the turtle guy and actually take him apart with a screwdriver. And at that point, it's just blasphemy to me. Like, it's just like, I know if Hasbro doesn't make the toy perfect, but like it should be, it's tough for me. I know I'm just not used to change, even though the way I'm living, I just have that thing where it's like, a purist at stuff like that. It came this way. I'm going to keep it this way. I've said nothing wrong with people that do them, but I don't want to go to like stores that like resell like Ages or places like that. Like if you mod it or even put those stickers, it devalues your toys, right? Like, yeah, if they can take the upgrade kits apart and put the toy back together and you have the pieces, it's all good. But it's just kind of, sometimes it can devalue it, or it just depends what it is, I guess, which is weird. But it just freaks me out changing how it was, like God made it that way. How could it be changed?
Well,
I mean, Hasbro.
You see, there's a couple of problems with what you just said there, Danny Double D. Okay.
Nothing against it though. It's just not my thing personally,
Yeah, I mean the only kit that I can think of where you needed to pop a pin off the top of my head was that one for that Combiner Wars White Optimus Prime, the Nova Prime, and you basically had to pop a pin, split the figure in half, and put the upgrade kit on it, and do all that stuff.
Yeah, that pin stuff. No.
But I will say that it's really not that difficult, and I am 100% on the side of using an upgrade kit because Hasbro doesn't make any of this stuff perfect, nowhere near perfect, and sometimes, especially here lately, their proportions are really wonky. And in the case of their Galvatron, his thighs compared to his shins are so short. So you need to kind of even that out, right?
Yeah, that figure looks stupid, that Galvatron.
Yeah, so you grab that DK or DNA design upgrade kit, and you put it on there. You smash it in his face. And you get some really nifty looks for him, and the thing goes. That's the same case with the Minosaur, the combined, or the what is it? The new Minosaur, Legacy Minosaur, right? His proportions are all kind of all over the place and wonky too. So you got to have some sort of thigh extender with him.
Too, I find is just the pitfall that I noticed. The people that do this stuff, that do the upgrade kits, the pitfall of like having to buy the toy, and then these people complain about money, and then they're spending so much on the upgrade kits, right? And some people are desperate to get them because sometimes they sell out and they don't reissue them for a long time, right?
And that's kind of the problem too. You do find yourself into a weird situation where you know, at a certain point, do you just go third party and just have a Minosaur? Well, you know, I'll say Minosaur in this case because he's on screen. But like, you know, do you go third party and just not have to deal with an upgrade kit and just have a really awesome Minosaur, right? Because at that point of you buying the upgrade kit, that makes him taller than all the other combiners, and that includes the Combiner Wars combiners, right? So Minosaur is out of scale, well, depending on your definition of scale for Transformers, right? But like him being taller than everybody, um, he's out of whack, right? He's out of sync, right? So now do you go through and be like, oh my God, now everybody has to be just as tall, and you go through your shelves and now you put some on risers and you do this and you do that to try to figure it all out. Or do you just like say, okay, I'm not spending well, how much is that Minosaur upgrade kit? 100
104 Canadian, so
so what,
bucks.
75 bucks
Yeah,
here
yeah,
US?
yeah,
So that Minosaur is what, $200?
yeah.
What, 225 after tax, all that stuff. And on that upgrade kit, let's say it's $100 US because after tax and shipping, you're kind of getting into that territory anyway.
Mhm.
So you're at like $300 for this Minosaur. Well, at $300, you know, you're like a little over halfway there to a third party one. Why not just grab the third party one and not have to deal with the headache?
Yeah, it's weird.
And,
There's a lot of people I noticed too. They're like they want the Hasbro, right? They don't want the third party, and then like because they don't want to spend this, but then they end up spending this anyways to get these kits. It just seems like a little random to me, but
and Keldeo in chat says, for me, I try to avoid the third party because they're more of collector's items than actual toys. So my question is this: at when you start doing upgrade kits and stuff, um, isn't that like making it more of like a collectible versus a toy?
well, I guess like in the sense of like the third party figures, they just don't feel like they just feel like a opposable model, right? So even if you put the upgrade kits on a generations figure or whatever, they still feel like a toy to me, you know what I mean? They just feel like an upgraded toy. It's like just that middle between like, masterpiece or third party, like kind of more model. Like it's not very like you still fidget with these toys with the upgrade kits, you can still pose them, they're pretty durable, you can knock them off your desk or whatever, hopefully they won't shatter, right? But like there's just a more playability, especially if you're taking photos with this. You snap a little piece of a third party. I've done it countless times now, and it hurts for a long time, right?
Yeah, it does. I've snapped the wing off of a Make Toys Seeker,
Yeah,
and that
sucks.
hurts. Yeah. But also, I mean, does it hurt because it's a financial thing, and you're like, oh fuck, now I gotta go spend another $120,
Well, it just
right?
hurts because they feel like I said they don't feel like a toy. Like when I've broken more of a figure or a toy, it's like okay, that sucks, but I can replace it. But when I snap my G2 Menosaur in half or whatever Motor Master, like I still feel that pain. It actually kind of turned me off from collecting third party besides a couple in general, just because there's $300. The guy was going to try to replace this and do all this jumping through hoops. You just get exhausted, man.
Yeah. Well, and that's the toy community or collecting whatever as a whole. See, that
Way
makes it
better.
look so much better. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to their proportions. Look,
Yeah,
he's so squat. Like that is
I know.
atrocious. That's an
I know.
atrocious fucking bot mode,
I
right?
do think the kits look great too. Don't kid yourself, but it's just like for me, it's just no in a way. But yeah, I think it looks so much better on the right, the upgrade kit.
Mm-hmm.
Way better. Like even Bart buys a bunch of them. He got the ones for Scorponok. It looks so cool. Like yeah, and I think the Black Zarak he got with all the stuff on it, and the shield. It looks sick, right? Like it's just like the time though it took to put it all together.
Well, and the sad thing is sometimes those upgrade kits are needed. Like Fort Max, and Scorponok. Scorponok was shorter than Fort Max, as far as the new toys go. You got to get the upgrade kit to make him as tall as Fort Max. In
Mhm.
in the original Headmasters fiction, Fort Max and Scorponok were the same height.
Mm.
So the new Scorponok, or otherwise Scorponok, shouldn't have been a head shorter. You
No.
know, so in that regard, it's like, well, okay, well, I I gotta have the upgrade kit. If you have Fort Max, they gotta stand eye to eye, right?
Mhm.
So, well, I mean, what do you do in that situation? It's almost like, if in some regard, like Hasbro's responsible for upgrade kits because like the upgrade kits used to be like optional, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
do you want this cliff jumper to have this style head?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Now it's almost like every release has to have an upgrade kit to fix something that is wrong on the figure that is, from factory or whatever, right? Like,
Mhm. Yeah, and it's yeah, it's odd. That's what I mean. That's why I get like I see people panicking about getting these upgrade kits. I really have. I've seen people just like lose it. Like, I can't get it, or I don't have enough to get it right now, and they're just worried, and it's like it sucks, because it's like, yeah, it's just like maybe you should have just got, like you said, a third party choice, but they like the generation style or whatever, but then they need the upgrade kit. And it seems like, I mean, it's a great business move from these third party companies, right? So
oh yeah, it's a great business because they're picking up Hasbro's slack with
yeah,
all of this,
yeah,
right?
yes.
Um,
So
but it kind of goes to show almost like how tone deaf a lot of these companies can be. If Hasbro made the figure on the right and they made no need for an upgrade kit, they could, I hate saying it because I am the person who is like, stop raising your prices, Hasbro. They're not worth it, right? Um, I feel like they could charge a little bit more if they made the figure on the right instead of the figure on the left and cut the need for upgrade kits. Like, give them the guns, give them better proportions, give them no hollowness. Do everything that these upgrade companies do in order to fix their product and make it better. And then, you know,
mhm.
you could eliminate the third party upgrade side of everything, right?
Yeah, it's just it's a vicious cycle. Like, I mean, if you can afford it and it's just whatever, like, I mean, go for it, right? And some people don't need them for every figure. It's just some stuff they want it for too. So it's the people that can really pick and choose, right?
Do you consider like 3D printed stuff upgrade kits? Like if you look on eBay and stuff and it's
Yeah, you see some of those. They even make them for like the third party figures now too. Like they make them for like that whatever Magic Square, whatever ones I have of the mini guys, because you can have them all in their robot mode, and then with all the pieces, these like 3D printed pieces, you can still build the Devastator, so you don't have to have all the little mini robots in the Devastator mode, which is kind of cool because the individual robot modes on those are pretty decent, pretty cool, right?
right.
So yeah, I mean, it's a different style, like upgrade kit, I guess, right? Like even fillers, all those fillers that we just seen in there too. Like some people just print their own fillers, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's in a way an upgrade, Like I could see the appeal to it. Like I said, if it's something you can just remove easily, take off. It's just like I said, when you're popping pins out and removing whole pieces like that Seacon guy, I just like it was just at that point I was like, I don't want to do it.
I'll say this, I feel like a lot of the upgrade kits that are out there aren't worth the price either.
Hmm.
I feel like DNA has kind of while I think they make good products. I also kind of see like, they've raised their prices quite a bit over the last couple of years too,
Hmm.
needlessly so, you know. Um and it's like I said, what are you paying for? Like you're paying $75 to get like
Yeah.
like what, a mini con and some extra hands and what, a head? Like, I mean, like, okay, probably not 75, but like $50, that's what you're getting, you know? Um, seems a little outrageous to me. I kind of feel like somebody like Perfect Effect needs to come back, and start challenging, or not just Perfect Effect. A lot of other companies should try to start rising up and trying to challenge and do that stuff. Kind of.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's interesting. Like I said, like I see the appeal to a lot of them. Like I bought that one. I sold it, like the one from the Seacon one. It looked really cool. We had to do, but just like I said, when it came to the pins and just kind of dismantling the actual figure, it was like, okay, like I thought it was just clip it onto the figure and build it, right? That's different, but
You
and
talking
then
about
like
you talking about like the elbow joints?
yeah, it
on the
was like this
Seacon?
chest thing you had to do, and I was just like, no, I don't want to do that to the toy now. But because then you couldn't transform it, I was like, what the hell, right? Like or something. I don't know. I was just over my head. I was just like, I just gave it away or sold it. I think yeah, I sold it. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, I'm glad I didn't do it in the long run. But like I said, I see the appeal. There's nothing against them. Like it's like you said, like that Galvatron looks so ridiculous. Like how. Especially next to the new 86 or whatever Megatron, he's like so small. Galvatron supposed to be bigger. It just looks ridiculous, all round and weird,
Right.
It's like okay, they're gonna do another Galvatron, but it's like yeah, and then that's the thing. Like if this is the only thing you collect is Transformers, and you get in the third-party kits, I could see people doing that too. But like I collect so many things, like vintage stuff. Like we did a thing. What else do we collect? Right? Like it's not just toys, right? Cards.
Right.
Magazines, like whatever, right? Like it's just there's people that just strictly collect Transformers and get those upgrade kits, right? So
I think upgrade kits are like for the diehard, like the diehard of the diehards.
yeah, the diehards that just mostly collect Transformers, I find, are the ones that
Right.
really collect them. Yeah.
Right, and that's kind of what they're there for, maybe that Optimus Prime is too small or whatever, but like Keldeo said here in the chat, I was thinking this while you're bringing it up. Some of those figures are, by the time the upgrade kit comes out, are on the secondhand market are, $250, $300 or whatever. Like they're getting really stupid amounts of money, right?
Mhm.
So like if you break, like your turtler, right? Like okay, he's done, right? You snap him. Well, okay, I got to go spend another $150 or
Oh yeah,
whatever, right?
a lot
Like
now, yeah.
and the thing is like you know, I've broken a few toys doing upgrade kits, and I'll look at the price and I'm like, well, okay, I'm gonna try to fix this one, and his arm will never bend at the elbow or whatever again, right? So, and that's fine. Um, and I'm okay with that because I'm not spending another $150 on a figure that was originally like 30. Like that ain't happening. But it is something that you have to contend with when you're doing upgrade kits on all this stuff, right? So, um, and sometimes upgrade kits like um they'll make new characters, which I think is really cool. You might have to need a base character like Keldeo was saying here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or in the case of like the stickers, whatever. Um, who does those sticker sheets? They're up there in Canada, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a few.
Uh, but yeah, but like
Mm,
that sometimes they make new characters or whatever, right? Or um, which I think is really neat. It's just I guess like however you want to have fun with your figures, because that's what this should be about. And at the end of all of it, at the end of the day, it's about enjoying what you do, how you do it, when you do it, right?
mhm, mhm.
Um, that's what it should be about. That's it. Simple as that, right?
It should be, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, toy hacks. Yeah, and like I said, some
Toy
people like I said, ages have told me like some of those toy hacks will destroy a figure. Like once you put it on, like you can't take it off properly, and they'll still take it in usually, try their best to fix it, but like they'll give you like such low trade-in value or whatever at the time, or just less, right? Because
Yeah,
at
and
that
that's
point, it's like you're like damaging what it was. Like at least the upgrade, you can take it apart properly, you can get the figure back, right?
well, and I think like if you're going in terms of like taking it and trying to sell it to a resale store or whatever, like I think there's so many people or so many stores that think they understand how the toy industry or toy collectible whatever the people involved with it work or operate now, right? That oh no, you messed up the original intention of the figure. It's, it's only worth like $5. No, that's all bullshit now, right? If um if you have an upgrade kit, the upgrade kit gets applied, like the value of the upgrade kit gets applied to the figure. You
Mhm.
know, if that upgrade kit now goes for $400 and the figure goes for $400, that's an $800 figure, right? But if you try to sell it to like a local comic store or toy store or whatever that's ran by some old dude who's still thinking of like in terms of like the 90s or the early thousands or whatever, right? Oh well, you messed up the original blah 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 of the figure. It's I can only give you like $25 now. It's
Mhm.
like, no, dude, that's not how any of this works. Not anymore, man. Not anymore. That figure's an $800 figure. That's what
Yeah,
it
I
is.
can see, like I said, like on some of it, the stickers like melted in. It's just sticky and fucked. But
Yeah.
like I said, it's just not worth. They like even if they can restore the figure, it's just not worth their time to deal with it. You know what I mean? Just takes more time away from them from sorting and yeah. But yeah, like I said, the upgrade kit shouldn't really matter. Like the ones you can easily take them apart or because the figure's restored or whatever, right? Then you have the upgrade kit to sell as well. So
Yeah. Yeah.
people keep all their parts, so that's cool. But yeah, it's just I think it comes down to personal preference. It comes into like, are you going to sell your stuff, or are you going to just keep it, or like you don't care what you sell it for, you don't care, it just all comes into like whatever it is. The other thing that's kind of irritates me about it too, though, is that you get this new figure, you get the upgrade kit for it, and you spend all this money. $50 figure is now like $130, $100, and then they re-release the next version the year later. And then what? You're gonna buy another kit because that one's still not perfect enough, right? It's the
Yeah.
jazz thing, the release 100 jazzes or whatever. I guess those are repaints, but you know what I mean. They release the especially Optimus Primes. They always remake, do new molds, right?
Well,
And you're chasing so much of it. It is capitalism at its finest, but it's just like it's tiring.
I'll say this in terms of jazz. If you want to upgrade that Studio 86 Jazz, there is an upgrade kit out there for him, and it's called Reveal the Shield Jazz. That's your
Mm,
upgrade kit for 86 Jazz.
mhm.
Uh, so basically, take your 86 Jazz, throw it in the trash, and go buy Reveal the Shield Jazz. That's your upgrade kit for that jazz. Um, but in terms of,
Jazz.
I, I think you just at that point you have to understand a few things. You have to understand the game, so to speak. When Hasbro shows their new Galvatron and they show them in toy colors, you got to understand, okay, there's going to be, because it's Galvatron, that mold is going to be used 5, 6 other, more times, right? So if that's not the color you want, then tell your FOMO to go stand in the corner and leave you alone and wait for the color that you want to come out. And then if you want the upgrade kit, that upgrade kit's going to come out for that color because it's Galvatron and everybody knows that Galvatron's going to sell, right?
All right, right. I suggest more people become FOMO-phobic. So, they just hate the FOMO. They buy less impulsively and they just sit back and yeah, I bought 5 Galvatrons, man, to get the right Galvatron or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm a put sucker on my head, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah, you get burnt out from it all.
And that's the thing too, is like everybody now, you don't have to buy everything, you know? If there's something that you really want and you feel like jumping through the hoops is worth it to have it, then by all means jump through those hoops. But
Yeah.
you don't have to consistently go and jump through those hoops all the time to get
Yeah.
every single figure, every upgrade, every for all this stuff, right? You
Yeah.
don't have to do all of that.
Yeah, because it's of course when they first released that Galvatron 2, you want the mold, you want to experience it, right? And then then of course the real color that you want's not coming, and then you buy everyone in the middle. Buy the first one, you can always resell that or trade it in or do something, and then you can always get the the good one when it comes out at the end or whatever you want, right?
Yeah. Um. Ooh. I'm not gonna food or foie. Okay, foie. I'm not gonna try.
It's
Pronouncing it.
FUADNJ.
Yeah. They ask, have you ever tried building a transformer from scratch without a kit, like with Legos or Mega Blocks? I'm not into Lego or Mega Blocks, so that's no for me. I have watched a couple of people do it like on like an Instagram short, like the videos all sped up and stuff.
Yeah, there's people that build transformers out of pop cans. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, there's some very talented people out there that think about how that works, and they can just go to town with it. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, no, I'm in or out. When's the last upgrade kit you bought now? How long ago's that been?
Oh Jesus! I bought the one for Galvatron, that first Galvatron.
Yeah.
When did that mold come out? That was Earthrise?
Kingdom, wasn't it?
Kingdom? Okay.
Yeah, it was Kingdom, the first one.
So that would be the last upgrade kit, would be for that Kingdom Galvatron. Because when did that when did I make that Star Saber video, right? That was like 3 months later or something, right?
Yeah.
Around that time. So yeah. Gosh, that was what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, so it's been a while.
3 or 4 years ago, yeah. So I mean, it's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. But so, well, Danny, what are we talking about next week, man? What we got lined up? What we got shout out for this?
Yeah, I think we got another Ninja Bill special. Ninja Bill did think of this one too. So shout out to Ninja Bill.
Ninja Bill.
Ninja Bill, he'll go in for the kill, the thrill, the spill. I love Ninja Bill. Gotta find him. But what else he suggested? And our fans tired of transforming toys. I think that's an actual good one. So Ninja Bill came in with the double baser or whatever, save us. And then like I said, anything that hot, good topic, leave your topic. If you want us to discuss anything else, leave suggestions on Input's thing on his stream or my stream in the comments, and we'll definitely put them into the works of doing them. I'd like to do another poll as well, so we'll get into that. Like I said, just the summer's been crazy. Input had some stuff going on too. We're just all trying to settle back down. I think once we get in the groove here again, we'll just start nailing them out. And I'd like to do another Danny and Friends. A couple other people have been asking, and I'd love to do if there's more reveals or something we can actually go through and make the point of it. I just don't want to do the streams where people are just hanging out, putting a toy on screen. It's just, I'd rather do something that's a little bit more, has a little more oomph to it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Just like more of a topic, you don't have to think of that. But yeah, I'd love to get the gang together again, some people, right? It's always fun having Roselle with us, and Raziel and Ninja Bill and Martin. Martin called me, so I'd love to see Martin's face again. But yeah, no, that's it. I guess, we'll do that. People, and like I said, anyone else, if you want to take us out here with anything, or you got anything to say?
Yeah, I got something to say. I won't finish that song.
I got something to say.
If you guys know that, that song, you know why I won't finish that. Yeah, I don't know. Let's do a healing message, okay? Let's do
Oh, and also I want to go in on some shit soon too. I want to get aggressive again, though. So you think of a topic on that? What? I do. I want to go in on some whatever,
Like, go aggressive on what? What are you talking about?
Just some topic. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking. What do you want to go aggressive on?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I know we're this is after the show talk, but you know what I mean? I want to go in on some people, or not individuals on purpose, but I just want to get going again. I want to get the blood pressure up.
You want to get fired up?
Yeah, I want to get fired up.
You want to get fired up?
One more week of fun with Ninja Bill's topic, and then we're gonna get fired up.
Well, you heard it here, folks. In 2 weeks, we're gonna drink about 9 gallons of Red Bull Jack, and we're gonna get fired up because we're going to have a lot of wings, and we're going to spread that wingspan all over the world. Okay? That's what's going. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. This is what happens,
Gotta
Danny.
get everyone back. Yeah, we'll be fired up. We'll do some promos, and you'll see us soon.
And in the words of, since this is my time to take us out. You this is what don't blow the kiss yet. You got to blow the kiss after I say what I say. Okay, that's how it works. In the words of Fort Minor, let the pain of yesterday go slipping through the cracks. We'll see you guys next week.
Ciao.
This is the Steve of the Transformers podcast, and we put we're repping real hard. Thanks for watching the show. Now you know we bring that heat with that plastic glow. The dynamic duo talking box and feels. Transformers talk, keeping it real. The live stream with Danny and Input. The tranny and the co-star that said what? Oh no, don't get your feelings hurt. We know you're feeling burnt with every word, but we got the spin. Yeah, we're ready to win. She's got that dolphin grin. And Input got that girl with the stare. No one compares truth or dare. This duo's lit, we always have the few. We don't love to hate, but we love to do it. From okay to great, yeah, we crack that topic. We won't drop it, we won't stop it. You don't wanna be in the scope. Oh nope, this team is dope. Keeping it real, we hope you enjoy the show. Many more places we can go, and Input's alive like Johnny 5.